Hi everyone, my name's Haley and I'm one of your TAs for the Psych 101 course. And today I'm excited to be talking with you guys about study habits and the things that I do that are effective for me and what I've found to be helpful in increasing my focus and my memory. So the first thing is just kind of general, and that is to avoid studying at night. It's been scientifically proven that studying at night can just cause less working memory and also sleep deprivation. It reduces your ability to execute functions and just lowers your reaction time in general. So it's not necessarily a great idea. And plus, being able to get it out of the way in the morning is really helpful. So for me, I try to just wake up early and go somewhere and get it out of the way before I lose my motivation throughout the rest of the day. Then the second thing is to find a just secluded or a designated workspace that's good for me, just so I can focus. And this is helpful because for some odd reason I find it really hard to focus in my room. It can be just because there's so much going on, or I'm just more comfortable in my space, but I usually go to the library or to a coffee shop, and this really makes it easy for me to just kind of work in a space where I can just focus on my desk or at the table that I'm at, and I can just get lost in a deep state of flow and get things done. So another thing that I really like to do is to listen to music. And normally I would listen to music with words. I really like music. I always have earbuds in my ears. But when you're studying, if you have vocals on in the background, oftentimes this can be really hard for somebody to concentrate just because there's so much going on. So specifically with music, if you want to have something on in the background, alpha waves and binaural beats can actually help you boost your concentration and your brain power. And it's also an ideal for stress reduction and just being relaxing. So if you're the type of person that just gets super frustrated or flustered when you're studying, that can be really helpful for you. Or even if you're not studying and you're just trying to wind down from after that. The last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is flashcards. I absolutely love flashcards, and I think the main reason why is because it's repetition. For me, repetition is really, really helpful in addition to auditory and visual stimuli. So I'll start off by taking notes during the lectures, and then I'll take notes from reading the book and the other class material. So I have notes from the lectures, and then I have notes from the book and the other course materials that we have. And then after that, I'll go and I'll make flashcards of all of my combined notes. So I've not only written it down once or twice, but I've written it down 3 times. And then from there, I'll go through all my flashcards, and this will help me just continue going through it until I've memorized it all. And this is really helpful for me just because it can help me kind of save my space for later, and I can go through it throughout the day. But it's also something that you can just continue making your flashcards and working on them if you need to just kind of stop and go. For most people, I would say I've heard from other people that kind of sitting down and trying to do it in 1 to 2 hours is really helpful, but make sure that you're taking breaks because you can give your mind some time to relax, and it's really helpful because we're not meant to just be focusing our attention on one thing for hours at a time, and it can actually be less beneficial if you're spending like 4 to 5 hours just working on the same subject. So even just doing like an hour in one class and studying and then switching to another one can be really helpful, or just taking 15 to 20-minute breaks. That's something that's good for me, just to be able to step back for a little bit and breathe and then relax before I can jump back in and then refocus.